All right. So we're going to start with our active core. And so we want to sit in front of the chair where if I lean back against it, you can see what this does. We can practice that leaning back and then moving forward. So we can get that hip hinge. So this is often what we even do in this slow motion burpee is just hinging at the hips, letting it go back, and then sitting right back up tall again. From here, sitting up tall, we're going to allow the body, pay attention to what your legs are doing. Sitting up tall, let your legs rotate out, and then bring them back up to the middle. So what we're doing is we're sitting up tall. We're trying to maintain that tall spine. You're letting your legs rotate out and then bringing them right back up to the middle. We're going to do that a few times and explore how that feels throughout your low back, throughout your spine as you do those hip movements. All right. So again, sitting up nice and tall. Your legs are out straight. We're just letting them fall out to the side and then bringing the toes and knees back upright, pointing directly up. Now we're going to find a position where your feet feel pretty good, where they're not really forcing them to go in, but you're also not letting them fall all the way out, kind of that neutral position. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to practice our slouching. So you can explore what does that feel like inside the hips. So now we're going to slouch down and then extend back up, trying to sit up as tall as you can. Really thinking about lifting through your sternum, through your spine and ribs, and then slouch back down. Again, paying attention to what your feet and legs doing. What happens if you point your toes, and do the same thing sitting up tall and then slouch. Sit up tall and slouch. So now we're going to do that same thing, leaning back, opening up this hip space. We're going to slouch, extend up, slouch, relaxing everything. How does your spine feel when it's compressed in this flex position versus now when you're adding tension to the backside, opening up the front into this extension, and then we're going to do one more. We're going to compress down, just flexing, and then back up. Now, holding this up phase, we're going to lift one leg at a time. We're going to keep that thigh nice and strong. I'm going to point my toes on this first set, this first hold. Again, we're just lifting that foot about 3 inches off the ground, and then relax, relax everything. And now I'm going to do it with the toes pulled back. So same leg, lift that leg up, pull the toes back. Again, that heel lifting up, trying to sit up nice and tall through your ribs. As long as you don't get any cramping through the front of the thigh, and relax. If you do get cramping, just contract the leg and keep it on the floor. Now we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to go back to the toes pointing. I'm going to lift, sit up nice and tall through the upper body, get that rib cage nice and tall like you're extending up over that chair. And relax. Here we go. We're going to lift up once again, this time pulling the toes up and back. So this leg feels a lot different than my right. Contribute that to my snowboarding that I did. Hold that nice and steady and relax everything. All right, now we're going to keep your feet down. We're going to extend up and you're going to lift off just a little bit, not all the way that you're sitting upright, but just so that you're not touching the chair, but you're still leaning backwards. Keep those thighs nice and straight and relax. Collapse, extend up, keep your feet down, lift off that chair just a little bit. Breathe into it, hold it steady. See if you can breathe, but still hold these positions nice and strong and relax. All right, we're going to move to lying down. So we've got our lying down, arm out to the side with the arm out, that leg is rotated knees and toe outward. We're going to lift that foot high to the sky. And as you lift, just let the other leg bend. And you're really trying to roll your pelvis and trying to push your low back into the floor. Look, trying to tuck your chin down, but keep the head on the floor if you can. And then relax, let everything relax. If you want to stay in that same position, you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can add the upper body in once you get the leg up. So we're going to keep with that same leg, toes and knee out, lift that foot high to the sky. Let that other foot and leg drag, get into position, and then lift up and hold. Squeezing through your midsection, squeezing through your abs. Trying to get that foot high to the sky towards your head and down. Okay, now we'll go to the other side. So bring that leg that we were just doing, bring that knee and toes up. Let the other leg, toes and knee rotate out. Opposite arm is out to the side now. Lift that leg high to the sky. Again, allowing that other leg to bend so you can get this leg Get your abs to tighten up as much as you can. And relax. We're using the weight of your leg to help your abs get a stronger contraction. So stay in that same position, or hands across your chest. Lift that foot high to the sky. Get to where you can't move it any further. Then crunch up. Keep lifting that foot high to the sky, closer to your head. Squeeze through your stomach. And relax. All right, we'll move to side lying hip bridge. So here, we want to make sure that your elbow and forearm are closer to your hips as opposed to over the top of your shoulder or closer to your head. We want to make sure that your knees are stacked, aligned with your hips and shoulders. The top leg's going to go out. We're going to lift the hips up off the floor and forward. A lot of times when we lift it, like to dip back, keep them up forward. If you want, you can lift that top leg. And we're going to lower everything. So when you lower, you get a chance to see how your body feels with that compression on this greater trochanter. Here we go. We're going to lift, up, and hold. Depress this top shoulder. It likes to start to shrug a little bit. See if you can keep that away. Hips up. And relax. You can kind of keep doing little reminders because the body will kind of shift out of those full end ranges. All right, so we're going to get onto the other side. We're going to stack our knees. We're going to bring your hips forward. We're going to take that top leg out straight. And we're going to lift this bottom hip up off the floor, holding it nice and firm through this rib cage. If you want, you can lift that top leg, depress this top shoulder. We're going to lower everything down. You're going to rest. Again, giving you a chance to check to feel how that sensation is with the pressure on your hip. Here we go. We're going to lift that top leg. Not only are we lifting up away from the floor, but we're pushing forward, making this glute that's on the posting leg really work to help with that hip extension and abduction. And relax. All right. Now we're going to roll onto your back. So today, everyone is going to do 2 rounds of both legs, and then we'll move to the single leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to start lying down on your back, feet out wide at the edges of the mat, and we're just going to lift up. If you want, you can just push through your heels, keeping the balls of your feet up off the floor. Otherwise, you can also do full foot. Squeeze through the glutes, and then we're going to go down and hold. All right, we're going to lift once again, keeping those feet wide. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze that low back, and relax. Now we're going to bring your feet together, thighs together. If you want, if you have a history of low back things, just keep both feet down. We're going to lift those hips up. If you want to make more of a challenge for the core, extend one leg. If you've extended the leg, keep those thighs side by side. Don't let that other thigh elevate. Push through the glutes. Bring the foot back down, and we're all lowering our hips. We're going to switch to the other leg. We're going to lift up. We're going to straighten that leg, otherwise stay with both on the ground. Just doing it this time with your feet narrow. Squeeze through the feet, push through the floor. Squeeze that glute, bring the foot down, and we're all lowering our hips. All right, so now we're going to move to our seated torso rotation. So this is where you want to move to along. I'm going to use the wall. You can use a piece of furniture at home. So you want to sit about 1 inch away from the wall. And we want to sit up really tall. Bring your fingertips to the tops of your shoulders, elbows a little bit lower than your shoulders as opposed to getting those elbows up above the shoulders where we work this extension. So what we want to do is sitting up nice and tall. Want to pay attention to when your feet shift. Want to try to avoid allowing any shifting of your feet and legs. So we're going to rotate as far away as you can, holding this far rotation. And then we're going to turn and hold the pressure against the furniture or the wall blocking you. You're going to increase your contraction of the rib cage on the outside as you push your arm away through the wall. So those are competing. Then we're going to relax. We're going to rotate away as far as you can, and then rotate back into it. Hold nice and steady. Hold that contraction nice and steady. That inside glute likes to kind of roll up. Try to keep it firm onto the floor and relax. So what will happen, that side that you're rotating, a lot of times this inside glute, like if the wall was here, as I rotate, that might be enough to allow that to rotate up. And I'm going to try to work really hard at maybe pushing less into the wall of furniture so my hip doesn't rotate up. All right. So here we are, we're at the other side, fingertips to your shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to rotate as far as you can. Again, paying attention to where your legs want to shift. Then we're going to rotate back into the block, making this outside rib cage get a stronger contraction. The elbow can push away from the wall, making those abs work harder. Keep that glute down. Then relax, rotate as far as you can. We're going to bring it right back and hold. Can you get this arm to push away harder to make your abs work more? Can you keep those abs nice and tight? And relax. All right, we're going to move to our face down, and then we're going to do our next 4 exercises face down, including moving into our shoulder. So we're going to finish our ASOM core with face down back extension. And what we're going to do is tuck your chin so your nose is not touching the floor. You're going to keep that chin tucked. If you want, you can practice what it's like to lift with your shoulders, keeping your head down. Just lift your arms and shoulders back. We want to avoid that in this back extension because we really want to accentuate the low back and the erector spinae group and that right along your spine. So we're going to just lift, keeping the head down, shoulders and the hands stay relaxed. Once you're up, you can push your stomach out and relax. All right, here we go. Once again, we're going to lift up. Very slow, controlled movement. Don't jerk into position. We're not trying to lift with that head. And relax. All right, so now what we're going to do is you're going to take one hand, place it under your forehead. The other hand is along your side, palm down, thumb out. And you're going to lift up the hand, keeping the back of the arm firm, reach the fingertips towards your feet. Keeping the back of the arm nice and tight, elbow straight. You can play around with the wrist position. You're going to relax that arm. And we're going to do it once again. Lift the arm like you're opening up the front part of the shoulder. Keep that elbow straight. Breathe into it. And relax. Okay, we'll switch sides. So now switch which hand is underneath your forehead. The opposite hand is going to go down along your leg. Palm facing the floor, thumb out. We're going to lift that hand high to the sky. Keep your chin tucked. And it likes to start to relax into that occipital extension. Keeping the back of the arm firm. Play around with the wrist position. Relax the arm. And then we're going to lift up once again. Again, paying attention to what position your feet are in. Position I just had mine with pushing my feet into plantar flexion. If I bring my tips of my toes to the floor, that puts it more dorsiflexed. And then relax the arm. Okay, we're going to switch the hands once again. Now this one is one of the more challenging exercises, the shoulder flexion with the thumb up. So for a lot of our clients, just getting into this position is the extreme. You don't have to worry about lifting your arm. If you feel strong, then lift the arm. And what you're going to do is the hand is underneath our forehead. The opposite hand is out straight. We're going to lift that hand up overhead, extending the arm. Thumb is towards the ceiling. For some of you, this might be the end of the exercise, just holding this arm in this position. Otherwise, go ahead and lift your arm up. Keep that elbow straight. Reach the fingertips. Breathe into any tightness, and then relax. Relax the arm. We're going to extend once again. Extend through the elbow. Lift the whole arm, thumb to the sky. Tuck that chin. Breathing into it and relax. Okay, we'll switch sides. We're going to switch which hand is underneath our forehead. We're going to take the other hand, reach it up towards the corner of the mat. Thumb is pointing towards the sky, elbow extended. Lift the hand, lift the arm, reach the fingertips, keep your chin tucked. And relax. Here we go. Once again, extend the arm, reach the fingertips, elbow straight, lift the hand and arm up off the floor, thumb to the sky. Your chin tucked because it just likes to relax just a little bit. Is the elbow straight? Are you lifting up as high as you can? And relax. All right, we're going to go back to that first side. This one we're going to do is the reach and depress. So we're going to reach up overhead and we're going to hold the depression. So what we're doing is arm and elbow are bent at 90, arm out to the side. We're going to lift the arm up, and then we're going to reach the arm up overhead, trying to bring the bicep towards the ear, feeling that good stretch through your lat, and then bring that arm and elbow back down, trying to bring that elbow into your low back. We're holding it here. Keep your chin tucked. Space between your teeth. And bring the elbow and arm out to the side, taking it wide, bringing it back towards the midline of the body, reaching up overhead. The hand stays up off the ground. Okay, we're going to bring the elbow and hand back out to the side, out wide. Bring the elbow back into your low back, holding it here. Try to get separation between the shoulder and the ear, the neck. And relax. Okay, we'll switch sides. Switch which hand is underneath your head. Elbow and hand are out at the side. Elbow is 90 degrees. We're going to elevate the arm. We're going to reach up overhead, bringing the bicep close to the ear. Then bring the elbow and hand back out wide, keeping it elevated. Elbow into your space, into the low back. Then we're going to reach that hand and elbow, taking it wide out to the side, up overhead. Reach, stretch through the fingertips, stretching that lat, and then bring the arm and hand back into your side, pushing the elbow to your low back. And relax. All right, now we're going to go ahead and turn on over and finish our last 3 exercises face up. So one of the first ones that we're going to do is we're going to do a single arm elbow extension. So you're going to take your elbow and point it directly up to the sky when your elbow is bent. You want to maintain this position. Then we're going to extend your elbow, fingertips to the sky, keeping this upper arm in this position. You're going to flex the elbow, allowing the hand to come back down. Seeing how much flexion can you get, keeping this arm in this position, now allowing the elbow and upper arm to change position, squeeze through the bicep. Then we're taking the hand and elbow back up so the elbow is straight, fingertips pointing directly to the sky, and they're bringing that hand back down, squeezing the bicep. And relax. Okay, we'll switch sides. So again, we get the elbow to point directly up. We squeeze the bicep by bending the elbow. Then we're going to lift the arm, getting the elbow straight, fingertips to the sky. Feel the back of the arm, firm. Then we're going to bring this elbow back down. We're teaching your body how to do these movements. We're checking how well this elbow joint handles that flexion pressure, and then bring it back into this full extension. How do your nerves feel when they're in the stretch position? Are they okay with that? Do you get any tingling? And relax. All right, now we're going to do an arm where we're going to do your right arm first. We're going to bring the arm across your body, and you're blocking with this other hand. So it's allowing your right arm and muscles through here to create a stronger contraction. We're just taking that arm across. You can block right around your elbow or just below it. You can practice fist or fingers extended. We're going to take that hand and elbow out to the side, and we're going to press it back up and then block with the hand. And then bring that elbow and hand out to the side. We'll switch to the other side. We've got the other hand blocking. We're bringing that hand up to the sky. Bring this hand and arm out. And once again, back up and press. We're keeping this, pushing this arm across. I'm blocking with the other hand. Allowing, again, this active side muscles to contract, get a stronger contraction. And relax. All right, now we're going to do our arm uplifter. So here we just want to keep the palm flat. I'm going to go ahead and keep in this position my knees bent, feet flat. If you have your legs out, that just puts a little bit more strain into your low back. So I'm going to put less strain into my low back by having my feet flat, back flat. Now we're going to do one arm at a time. Hand is out to the side, palm is flat. You want to pretend that you're holding a tray. We're going to lift the arm up. We're going to hold it here. So you just want to feel like you're not spilling anything. The hand is staying nice and level. Just a small amount of tension on the front side of the shoulder. We're going to lower that arm. Stay with the same side. Lift, hold, steady. Keep your chin tucked a little bit. It's really easy to let it just kind of start relaxing to the extended position. Relax that arm. We'll switch sides. Again, arm is along your side, palm is up, thumb is out. We're going to lift the hand towards the sky. Reach the fingertips towards your feet. It's really easy to let that shoulder start to shrug. Lower the arm, relax everything. And then we're going to do one more. Holding it nice and steady. And relax. So again, that's just putting a tiny amount of tension over the front of the bicep, the front of that shoulder, an area that we don't get to work very often. Now we're going to go ahead and bring your feet to the top of the chair. And we're going to do a little bit of breathing. So here we're just going to focus in on full inhales and exhales. You can choose to breathe through, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which is inhale and exhale through my nose, keeping my mouth closed. So we're just going to breathe in, hold it, exhale, inhale, exhale, and try to get movement through your lower stomach area. As you exhale, it should be dropping in. As you inhale, feeling the stomach elevate, trying to get a lot of movement through your abdominal area, and then you're going to exhale, allowing your stomach to drop and cave in. Inhale. And again, you can over accentuate what your stomach and abdominals are doing as a way of getting more involvement, and then exhale. Inhale. Pause, and then exhale. One more. Inhale. Pause, and then exhale. All right, if you want to stay there and continue to breathe, I definitely encourage you to do so. Let the body recover.